You know, it's really sad that I believe this is the first fighting game where I'm not excited because of any of the female characters. And the male characters are completely overshadowing the body type B roster. And I posted this on Twitter, and there was a guy saying, like, oh, I feel so sorry. I feel so sorry for you that you do not spend money unless it is about the titty. Like, first of all, dude, I can see your likes. They're public. But secondly, it's very simple. It's not rocket science, okay? Neuron activation means that I spend cash. You want to make money, you want to run a business, you want to put food on the table of your starving staff so that your writers don't go on a strike, then give me what I want and I will give you money. It's consensual. Like, literally, you're a corporation who wants to make money. All you have to do is neuron activation. That's it. It's not hard. You don't need the gender studies major. You don't need the HR lady. You do not need the diversity and inclusion. Just give my neuron what it wants and I will give you $70. Now, there are many people like me. Together, we are millions. Apes together strong. But the corporations just do not want to. So, you gotta work harder then. You gotta work harder. Now, you don't want to activate the neuron, that's fine. Well, I hope the gameplay is absolutely flawless. Because if the gameplay isn't flawless, then there's nothing for me to overlook it with. It's like I would be like, well, the gameplay isn't that great, but at least I have the titty. At least the booba is there. But no, it's not there. So therefore, the gameplay has to be flawless. The writing has to be flawless, right? But all in all, I gotta say, is the first game ever where none of the female characters are exciting, and usually, actually, no, all the time, every single time I play a fighting game, like the first character that I pick is a female character, without exception. And it's interesting because some people say, oh, well, it's a power fantasy. You wanna feel power? Motherfucker, I'm already powerful, alright? I got a loving wife. I got a good life. I don't need more power, alright? Like, I don't need a fucking video game to feel powerful. The reason I play a video game is to relax. Like, after I do my job, after I work hard, I want to relax. And I want to see cool shit happening on the screen. I want to see magic flowing around. I want to see a booby just bouncing up and down. It relaxes me, okay? Like, if it's not relaxing for you, if you're into some furry, degenerate stuff, that's okay. I'm not judging. I'm telling you what relaxes me. And I'm telling you what I am willing to give money to see. Simple, right? It's not rocket science. We're not sending succubi to the moon, all right? We just want to see a game that has been renowned for sex and violence to provide the same thing that it has provided for years. Unfortunately, it is incapable too. I understand, So it is bizarre that finally a video game comes out where the the body type A, is actually a lot better designed and a lot more interesting than the body type B. It is what it is. But what's interesting is the power fantasy aspect, right? I never, like even when I was a kid and I was playing Mortal Kombat, I was never trying to be Sub-Zero. Like, I never positioned myself behind the Sub-Zero mask. Like, it would have been cool if, like, I was friends with Sub-Zero and going on adventures with him and shit like that. Like, that's how I would perceive it when I was a teenager and I was, into Mortal Kombat, and it was, like, part of my hobbies and fantasies. But, like, I never wanted to be Liu Kang, I would play with Liu Kang because he was really cool on screen and he threw fireballs and turned into a dragon and stuff. But I never positioned myself as Liu Kang. So, when you give me this bullshit about the power fantasy, I genuinely do not understand what the fuck you're talking about. Like, I do not feel strong by playing a fictional game. Like, the thing is, like, when you create an interesting character, I would like to position myself in that universe as being friends with that character or being around that character, but I wouldn't want to become the character, right? Because my imagination is strong enough to create original characters, to create original shit within that lore. And I'm curious, like, do other people feel like me? Is this normal or not? Like, maybe when I was, like, very, very young, I mean, I'm talking, like, ages 5 or 6, maybe then I would want to be Batman or some shit. But, like, after I got past that age, like, I never identified with the characters, you know? And I noticed that other people that I was friends with as well, like, they didn't want to be the Green Lantern. They wanted to be a Green Lantern, right? Like, they themselves would have, like, wanted to have the Green Lantern ring, but they wouldn't want to be Hal Jordan or something like that. So I found it interesting, like, this whole argument. It's like, oh, it's the power fantasy. And not to mention, like, all of these people on screen are villains. Like, most people don't want to be the villain. Like, no, I don't think anyone wants to be the Homelander, to have a fucked up childhood, and then to be unable to find any meaningful relationship because you're just that much more powerful than everyone else. You know, like, I don't think, like, people want to be that. Like, it's not really a power fantasy. It's just, like, cool. It's cool to see Homelander, you know, like, descending from the heaven and his eyes are glowing and stuff. Like, you want cool shit on the screen. Now, the female characters are unable to provide it, and it's not just because of the looks. It's also their character, right? Like, they're badly written. They're like seeing Tanya scream and shout in the trailer and being obnoxious. Like, are they capable in making a single wholesome character? Is that even a character trait that can exist among the strong modern female woman coming from the West, coming from California? Yeah? Like, for example, you know, you got a lot of anime, and the anime girls, they do have, like, the wholesome trait, like Mikasa, for example. She's got wholesome moments. She's got, like, parts where she's actually a nice person to be around with. But I can't think of any of that happening in Mortal Kombat with the new cast. Like, none of the girls are wholesome. None of the girls are lovely. None of them are the type of individual that you'd want to spend time with or have a conversation with. They're incredibly, how should I say, they're suffering from toxic masculinity. This is what it is. Like, literally, all of them. So they don't make for interesting characters. And I guess you have the male characters, which, well, they're still interesting. I mean, and it's what's even more fascinating is that, well, Quan Chi looks like Quan Chi. Ermac looks like Ermac. You need to be told who this person is. Like, they need to flat out tell you this is Tanya, because otherwise you wouldn't even recognize her. Let me know what you guys think, and as usual, I will see you in the comment section. Take care.